So today we're taking on a Code Wars challenge. It's called 80s Kids Rock'em Sock'em Robots. And what this challenge is asking us to do is, given two robots engage in a fight, we have to write a function that finds out the winner between the two robots in the fights. And each robot is given a set of attributes in name, health, speed, tactics. Given these attributes, we have to come up with a function that determines the winner of the fight between Robot 1 and Robot 2. So it is a pretty interesting challenge, and I'll solve this in 4 steps. The first being to determine which robot attacks first, because this is obviously a huge advantage. So to do so, I'll check the speed of the robot. So if Robot 1's speed is greater than Robot 2's speed, then we'll assign the variables attacker and defender to each robot. So Robot 1 will equal attacker and will be the first robot to attack, and Robot 2 will equal the defender, the first robot to defend. Else, we then swap this around. So attacker, defender, and we'll assign Robot 2 this time to be the attacker, and Robot 1 to be the defender. And this check is saying if Robot 1's speed is greater than or equal to Robot 2. Cool. Now the next step is we're going to create a for loop that iterates, that continuously runs while there's remaining tactics within Robot 1's or Robot 2's arsenal. And to do that, we're going to check. So while Robot 1 tactics or Robot 2's tactics, and I shouldn't even be using robot, I should be using the individual variables. So while defender's tactics and while attacker's tactics. Now if attacker, because remember the attacker is initiating the first attack, so we're checking if the attacker still has attacks remaining in its arsenal, then we'll initiate attack. So we'll grab the damage of the attacker's attack by creating a variable called damage and assigning it to the attacker's first attack. So using the tactics object, we're given a set of definition of each attack and its value as its score, its damage. So using this object, I'll pass in the attacker's tactics. I'll pass in the attacker's first attack in its tactics array. Now that we have the damage score allocated to the variable damage, we have to subtract this from the defender's health because the attack is being initiated. So using the defender's the defender variable, I'll get the defender's health and I'll minus equal the damage inflicted from the attacker to the defender's health. Cool. And finally, because the attack has been initiated, I'm just going to subtract the attack from the attacker's tactics array because it's already been initiated. So using the pop function, I will get the first attack in the attacker's array and I'll remove it. Finally, I'll check if the defender's health is less than or equal to 0, then we want to return that in fact the attacker has won the fights. And I believe this is the exact statement we had to return. Yep. So has won the fights. Perfect. Now moving on, if it's the defender's turn to attack now. So if the defender still has remaining tactics, we'll grab the damage for the defender's tactics by finding the tactics value in the tactics array and then adding the defender's tactics into this to check. So defender's tactics, getting the first tactics in the defender's tactics array. Once we have the damage value for the defender's attack, we're now going to subtract it from the attacker's health, like so. And the attacker's health will minus equal damage. Then we will then remove the defender's tactics from the tactics array because the attack has been initiated, like so. Pop, and then remove 0. Perfect. Now finally, we're going to check if the attacker's health is less than or equal to 0, we want to return, similar to the above, that that the defender has won the fight. Perfect. Now, finally, if both the attacker and the defender, if both robots have exhausted all their tactics and there's no tactics remaining, we now need to check which robot has the larger health, thereby determining the winner. So if the attacker's health is greater than the defender's health, then we want to return, similar to the above, that the attacker has won the fight, like so. And we'll do the reverse below here. So if the defender's health is greater than the attacker's health, then we want to return that the defender has won the fight. And finally, if there is no clear winner, if both the attacker and the defender's health are equal, we're going to return that it is a draw. And I just need to find out how they worded it exactly. Where is it? Return. Cool. The fight was a draw. Perfect. So now that we have this set up, everything looks good and it meets all the needs of the challenge. Okay, so we have some errors. This should be attack, not attackers. Tactics. So this should be tactics and not tactic. And we have a typo somewhere right here. And once again, we're using plural. Oh, and another one. Wow. This should be tactics. Okay, so we have a few passing. We have a few that are failing. And the reason that we are failing is that when I'm returning the attacker as one, I'm returning the attacker object as opposed to returning the attacker name. So I just need to add the name variable, the name attribute to the attacker object that I'm returning. And this should resolve all the errors that we're seeing. Voila, and we are done.